Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach,
the podcast for people who kind of want to get healthy, but also really want to go lay down.
I'm Sara, personal trainer and recovering perfectionist.
And I'm Caleigh, fitness newbie, realist, and professional nap enthusiast.
We don't have six-pack abs or a 10-step morning routine.
But we do have opinions and microphones.
We're not delusional.
We're just determined.
Let's get into it. Okay, so we did a thing, and no, it's not another bad idea from Caleigh.
Debatable, but this time it turned out amazing. We made downloadable guides from Nacho Fitness Coach.
They're the perfect mix of fitness-ish and unfiltered chaos. Here's what's inside. The Crap Fitness Told You, the No BS Myth-Busting Guide, Quit Being a Little Bitch, the 30-Day Challenge to Build Habits,
Workouts that don't suck, fast workouts that don't make you miserable, and Feed Yourself, damn it, a simple meal plan for real people. And because we know you love options, boom, bundles. The half-ass option, the BS-free basics, and our crown jewel, literally everything you need except willpower.
Find them all at nachofitnesscoach.com. Download instantly, print them, tape them to your fridge, whatever works.
Or just let them collect digital dust like everything else you've ever downloaded. We don't judge much. Welcome back to Nacho Fitness Coach. Let's just real quick get this out of the way, okay?
I feel like you started with that the last episode.
You're seeing a pattern.
Okay.
Stuff that I don't give a shit about.
We know, yes.
If you disagree with me, I'll just add it to the list. Sara, I feel like this one might ruffle your feathers a little bit. Just fine. I don't care. I want to be clear that I'm not saying that I hate this thing. I just don't give a shit about it. Okay? Sports. Don't give a shit. Don't give one single tiny shit.
You are missing out. You know, you actually missed out on some serious life skills development that happened because you did not have that in your life.
I don't care.
Because you don't even know what you're missing.
What about me? What about my personality? Well. Can you pinpoint and say if she would have played sports, that would not be a part of who she is?
Team player.
I team play with you all the time. You want to talk about who's not a team player? Who doesn't answer whose calls?
I don't talk on the phone. Don't you know this about me already?
I cannot collaborate with you in between seasons.
Via text message.
We pretend like you, let me make this very clear. You pretend like we are not operating a podcast together in between seasons. You're like,
we walk on the street. I'm like, Caleigh, who?
I will text you and be like, hey, I have this idea. And you're like, what podcast? Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm like over here fucking grinding, doing the work, trying to make every season better.
And I just roll in and show up and say, like, let's hit record.
Yeah, you're like, we don't record till September. And I'm like, yeah, we need to talk about this shit now.
You need to talk about it now. We don't need to talk about it.
Who's not a team player? That's all I'm getting at. Sports in general, though, I'm not even talking about playing sports. Did I play sports? No. I was the team manager for the girls' basketball team at my high school.
Yeah.
So I was part of a team.
Sure.
I would get all the cool shirts that they got, and I got to wear them around the school. I lettered.
You did? Because you were a student manager?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
But as far as, so playing team sports is one thing. I don't care about any of the,
so you would not roll up into a conversation and like want to talk about the sports scores from the Huskers game over the weekend.
I don't care who scored, who fumbled, who's going to the playoff semifinal championship in the off season. I don't give a shit. And the amount of energy and emotion that people put into sports balls, it astounds me. It astounds and confounds me. I don't get it.
I will say what is interesting to me is the people whose mood gets affected by whether or not their team won or lost.
You are sitting on your couch yelling at millionaires
that
they don't give a shit about you.
Well, even going to games in person, there will be people that will stand up and they are like yelling like they can hear them. And I'm like,
oh, you see people on TikTok.
They can't hear you.
Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, you see this trend of like people breaking their television sets.
Losing their mind.
I don't get it. I don't give a shit. I don't even generally know who's going to the Super Bowl until it becomes like in your face.
Right. Like
apparent.
the week before.
Because you're a sports fan.
Right.
Specifically, you're a big Chiefs fan, and that has been a big Super Bowl thing.
We've actually been decent the last few years.
You know well in advance, like how everybody's doing. What are the chances that this team or that team or whatever team, who's going to play who and who's... I don't
watch it at all.
Give a shit. So that's all.
I enjoy it because it's entertaining to me and I like to follow and I like to have things to do. There are different levels, I feel like, right? Like you can be generally aware, you can follow a team, but then there are some people that go down these rabbit holes that I just can't follow. Like
we live in Nebraska.
Right.
We don't have a professional sports team here.
Nope. It's all Cornhuskers, man.
We have the Cornhuskers, which here in Nebraska, even if you're not a sports fan, to be honest with you, you know what's going on with the Huskers.
Right.
We've had some coaching issues over the last decade. I feel like, any red-blooded Nebraskan
has a general
just has an awareness of kind of what's going on. I think that's just but I truly don't care.
You could take it or leave it.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. And I'm not mad if you do.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I'm not trying to
have you had somebody attack you for not being in on not being in on that conversation? Because I feel like that happens too. Like I feel like I used to see that some in the workplace, right? When you've got this melting pot of people all on a floor, and generally speaking, you might have a significant handful of people that follow the same team, but then there's a few random ones that don't, and then ones that don't care, and
I haven't, because I have spent the better part of the last decade of my life as a stay-at-home mom.
Right. You don't get let off the farm very much.
But my husband, who is in business,
right,
he will come into, and he's not a big sports guy either, but he will come into situations where it is a bunch of dudes sitting around talking about, did you see that ludicrous display last night?
Or about that ref's call.
And yeah. Is that supposed to be red?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a moment where, just making sure that we were recording.
Alan left us unsupervised, and I saw the button on the recording on our soundboard was red.
I know.
Apparently that means recording.
It does mean recording, which is very, I feel like the non-recording should not be green.
Yeah.
It should be blue.
So red means recording.
Red does mean recording, just because, you have the red light would turn on, a real studio.
I'm glad.
And so, it is actually kind of hard because you would think green means go.
Right.
But
that's what I thought.
Green is off and red is record. So,
now you
know how our board works.
I just got nervous for a second. Sorry. No, so I feel like my husband, as a man who's not into all sports either, he runs into situations where he would feel more comfortable being into sports, but I don't, and I don't give a shit.
I obviously stay with it because I do enjoy it, but
we have had recording sessions where you have had the laptop underneath the table watching
games,
sports balls.
Yeah. There's the playoffs.
Could never be me.
Yeah, no, I definitely had to keep a pulse on what the score was of the games.
Okay.
That particular evening, because it makes a difference in the postseason, right? You either keep winning or you lose and you're out. So, you just got to kind of know.
But you're going to know.
It's true.
It's not like that information's not going to be there once you're done doing what you're doing.
Fair enough. Yeah. Again, it's something you have no control over. So it should be for entertainment value only. But some people do get which
is fine.
Very wrapped up into it.
I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum. If you love sports, let people enjoy things.
And do you.
And I'm fine. I just don't give a shit.
Well, there's that. So I was thinking it's been a while since we've really talked about mechanics of exercises. How you're supposed to move.
Yeah.
And a big one that came up that actually had class time at today that talked about was the difference between a squat and a hip hinge.
Oh, can you demonstrate?
I can, but maybe I should have you demonstrate.
Okay.
Do you think? I mean, because you're the beginner.
I feel like
most people are coming from your position, though.
Like this is a trap.
No, I mean, it's not going to be the wall sit again.
So a squat versus a hip hinge.
Yes. And so I actually, there's a big difference between the two.
Yes, and I know this.
And they easily get confused.
It's not new information for me.
No.
Am I doing it? Yeah, I feel like...
You think you're doing it right? I don't know. Maybe we should just kind of see if you are or not.
Okay, let me just... Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So I know what a squat is.
Yeah.
You taught me how to do a squat.
Right, yeah.
Matter of fact.
Yeah.
A hip hinge is more like a deadlift.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So one point we did an episode where we talked about like how to structure your own workouts, right? And so it's like you start thinking about like general movement patterns. Right. So
you want to squat, you want to hip hinge.
We want to squat, we want to hip hinge, we want to push, we want to pull, we want core.
Right.
Probably sprinkle a little bit of cardio or some sort of like circuit, whatever. So, that's the very basic formula of how to build out a well-rounded kind of full body exercise plan for yourself. But what I'm just learning more and more and more, like a squat is kind of a little bit more of a natural pattern because you walk around and you will do things where you like squat down and bend up and pick up. Like you bend your knees, you're picking up something off the floor. Like that is a more common movement pattern, right? The hip hinge is something you kind of have to train.
It is a weird, even still to this day, because I do a lot of dumbbell deadlifts.
Yeah.
And I'll do a couple and you feel it in your hamstrings.
You're supposed to, yeah.
And then, but it's like easy to like get off of it. That's what she said. Phrasing, boom.
Yep. There we go.
So no, because you'll do a couple you'll feel it in your hamstrings.
Yep.
And then you can almost kind of like, that's an uncomfortable, it's not a natural movement.
Not, but it's really important because we sit a lot. So we're all walking around with really sleepy glutes, right? Because our butts are super relaxed when we're sitting. Mm-hmm. Our hamstrings, we're just not activating like the backside of our body at all. So the hinge itself is a really super important exercise to master. One, to help try to balance out your body from front to back. But also two, the deadlift will get blamed a lot by people that like, I threw out my back. Mm-hmm. Oh, I tweaked my back because I was deadlifting. Well, it's not the deadlift's fault.
Right.
It was you not paying attention to like what you were supposed to do. And chances are you're probably trying to squat the bar.
Now with both of them, with a squat and a deadlift or hinge, well, deadlift in particular, are you supposed to have your chin down?
So it depends on how I feel like it depends on where you're at in your journey. Like, are you a beginner deadlifter? Are you an Olympian powerlifter? Because
there's some in between though.
I have different cues that I use to coach people at different levels of experience, because if you are a very beginner and you're watching videos of Olympic powerlifting, learning how to deadlift, you see them pull their chin up. Oh. But what you don't see is that they've actually learned to brace their core in how they're holding their breath to make sure their spine stays protected. Yeah. What happens with novice or beginner lifters, if you either pull your chin up, if you pull your chin up too fast, you create like a dip in your lower back, and it all puts pressure on that lower spine. So as you pull up, that's when you're tweaking your lower back. So for beginners, novice, people that are lifting, even myself, I still choose to keep my chin, like I pretend I have an orange under my chin that I'm like grabbing, right? Because that helps me make sure I keep a neutral spine. So we talk a lot about a neutral spine having 3 points of contact. So if you have like a broomstick at home and you hold it around your back, broomstick should hit at your tailbone. There should be a point of contact between your shoulder blades, and then there should be a point of contact like on the back of your head, right? Yeah. So if I am a beginning hip hinger, is
that's the
deadlifter
clinical term?
And I see an Olympic powerlifter and he's like pulling his chin up while I lose my middle point of contact. Yeah. So learning how to keep that neutral just keeps your spine from like doing crazy things as you're gaining some strength back there. But so I coach that you are squeezing like an orange, which then also means as you're going down in your hinge, your eye gaze has to kind of go down more to like the horizon or the floor, like 10 feet in front of you. And then it comes back up as you stand up. Right. You know, you're kind of doing this back and forth.
Just keep it all like the whole back.
Keeping your back straight. Yeah. So it's more important that your back is staying in a neutral spine.
I think that's why it's so hard with a hip hinge is because it's such a weird, like foreign movement to do because we don't, when in your daily life are you doing a hip hinge?
About the only time that I could say you're maybe getting close is if you are carrying in like 2 armfuls full of groceries and you turn around and you try to hit your car door shut with your butt.
Yeah.
That's really honestly about it because it's like you're trying to like push some power into it. I always
feel like because we talked, I mean, it's been years ago now that we talked about the squat hip hinge. So that is how my workouts are built. And every time, still to this day, when I do a hip hinge.
Okay. So with that, we're going to take just a quick little ad break.
Hey y'all, thanks for listening. This is show producer Audio Allen. While the girls are taking a break, like, follow, and subscribe. And stick around, we'll be right back.
Okay, we're back. I'm just like, surely I'm doing this wrong.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I am. I feel like the first maybe 3-4 reps, I'm doing it right. And then for some reason I like tweak something because I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And then I feel like it turns into like more of a squat.
And then
or something.
It's just, well, here are the 2 areas that I feel like a lot of people will go wrong on their hip hinge because it's very different than a squat. And that's in your stance, your width of your stance and where your toes are pointing. And then also 2, like where your movement is starting from. So when we are looking at a hip hinge, your feet should be stacked under your hips. Versus a squat, you're probably more like at your shoulders with your toes slightly wider, like shoulders with your toes slightly turned out.
Right.
So that your hip sockets can be open enough for you to drop down into it, right? So a good starting point for a squat is to like just jump up and then see where your feet land. Because that's probably a solid like balanced stance for your body. Turn your toes out just a little bit and see if that gets your hips to open up enough for you to get top of those legs parallel with the floor.
Right.
A hip hinge is very different because you're not trying to open up
you're
those
basically
hip
just
sockets.
Like sticking your butt out.
Yeah. You're pushing your hips back. Yeah. Like you're trying to hit the wall behind you. Yep. And we also, as we sit, like even just me sitting here, like I slouch, right? My hips are like
you don't
anteriorly rotated.
Let's be honest about the way that you sit.
Am I tall?
You don't slouch.
Well,
we've talked about this.
But my hips do definitely like I sit and like my hips are anteriorly rotated. So like they're not like back. Like I could sit up here.
I don't even think about this
like
shit.
Because you know what your hip bone is, right? Like that really weird, like looking. Seriously?
In this general area.
Yeah. But okay, hold on. That little guy.
Let me see.
Whoa. See the anatomy of a hip. Orthopedic specialist. Look at this. Okay. See, so this whole like butterfly looking thing.
Yeah. Oh, that does look like a butterfly.
Right? So you've got it in your spine. So your spinal cord is like, or, you know, your vertebrae or whatever, and it goes into your tailbone. So your spine is kind of curved, right? Like it kind of goes in your lumbar spine, your thoracic, then lumbar, and it goes down. When you sit, you kind of rotate under. Forward. You roll it forward. Versus if you're actually sitting up straight, you be
sitting like this?
You should be sitting like your hips should be stacked under your spine.
Right? I don't like that. I have a question.
What?
Those 2, the bottom of the butterfly tails?
Yeah.
Isn't your butt? Is that your tailbone? What is that?
No, this is your tailbone right here. Like
what are those 2 little bottom butterfly wings?
It's just part of your hip.
Are those in your butt or above it?
It's like your butt back here. Like your sit bones.
Butt bones?
Sure. Do you want to call them that?
The hip bones connected to the butt bone.
To the butt bone.
What are those called?
2 ball and sockets. I don't think that part of the hip actually has a name. Because this is your pelvis, your sacrum, your coccyx. This is your...
So protected by your butt fat that it doesn't matter.
Hip bone. I mean, it's just the back of your hip bone. I don't think that has a name.
I mean, surely it does.
It does not.
Nick will know. We'll ask Nick.
Okay. He does know a lot about random body parts, but I don't think I've ever seen.
Do you want me to do my...
What's the anatomy of the hip? Well, that's not going to exactly.
Do you want me to do my hip hinge versus squat?
Maybe. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's a visual guide of hip anatomy. See, there's no name for it.
Oh. Well, what's the top? The pelvis.
Your pelvis is just top.
I think it's just part of your pelvis.
Well, it could be just the way it's shaped.
I don't know. It does look like a butterfly. I never realized that. Never cared.
Yeah, it's kind of...
I'll add that to my list of shit I don't
the fact that your hip looks like a butterfly.
Yeah. Don't care.
Okay. Oh yeah. So we're gonna.
This might be hard to do without my super duper heavy dumbbells because that's the only way that I do this. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
The headphones on?
I mean, do you want to hear me talk?
Not really.
Oh. That's fine. I won't give you free coaching then.
Should we adjust the cameras?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Do you?
So we'll do a squat.
Okay.
All right. No. Listen, with my squat.
Do you just want to move your chair out and just stand right there?
I don't think it's going to matter.
Okay.
With my squat, because you were talking about which way your feet point.
Right.
And I do have some feet pointing issues.
Okay.
Because my feet always just point out.
Okay.
So when you tell me to like straighten out my feet.
No, you don't want, are we squatting or hip hinging?
We're going to squat.
Okay. So squatting first. I mean, that looks fine. Are you going to go? See, I think that looks good. You're good. Yeah, that is a squat. Right. Yep.
You're going to feel it right here.
Yeah. Yep. Your quads.
That's quads.
Yeah. It's a quad dominant exercise.
So I always do my deadlifts or I do everything with dumbbells. I don't do barbells.
Right.
Nothing like that. So mine are always dumbbell in each hand.
Yep. In the front.
65 pounds per arm.
Well, there we, I mean, that's no joke. Is it 65? You don't
my
have.
Dumbbells don't go up to 65.
Jeez, you're such a liar.
Do I do 50? No.
I was like, wow. Okay. That was actually a decent amount of weight.
30 on a good day.
Okay.
Per arm.
Okay.
All right. So.
Why did you turn to the side?
Because I want you to see my butt.
No, I want to see your feet first. Turn. Okay. So this one now, your feet need to be more stacked. Yeah. You're more narrow. They're like more down, straight down from your hip instead of down from your shoulders.
This feels very unnatural to me.
That's where you should be hinging from.
I know. And I do.
Okay.
But so I got my dumbbells.
Yep.
And you stick your butt out.
Yeah.
And you kind of drag your.
Yeah. The weight needs to stay down the front of your.
You're going to feel it right.
Yep.
Your hamstrings.
Now, without moving, can you straighten your knees just a tiny bit so that your hips go higher?
Ooh.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that looks good.
Ooh. Okay.
So you, at the very end, you added like a tiny bit of knee bend.
And then you stay there for...
Well, I like a 1-3-1 tempo. So I would start with one at the top and I would go one, like I like to
resist long enough to feel it.
I like to resist gravity as I'm going down to have time under tension of 3 seconds and then, or count to 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you stand up.
And when you go back up,
I don't hold it.
Are you wanting to pop up or is it like
just take 1 second? Movement? No, you like 1 second and just stand back up basically like that. So, and obviously there's different variations of a deadlift. There's a Romanian deadlift. There's an American deadlift. There's different variations of it. But the one that I think is really super helpful when you're trying to actually differentiate the hip hinge versus a squat is more of a Romanian deadlift where it's a straighter leg.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. You can send me an invoice because I just learned something.
But you feel a bigger pull in your hamstrings and in your glutes.
I mean, maybe it's just, I want to say it's human nature. Maybe it's just being a lazy piece of shit.
To squat.
Wanting to feel, well, yeah, because you don't want to do things that feel uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And so, especially when you have an awareness, as I do, that like, I know I'm not properly trained on proper form. And so when I do something that feels a little bit uncomfortable, I kind of toe that line between like, is this good for me or am I about to hurt myself?
You were just getting a little extra hamstring stretch, but your form looked good.
I'm not trying to like, if it hurts,
it doesn't, listen.
Your brain's like, stop.
There's a difference between hurting and actually like tearing down your muscle fibers so that evolve.
How am I supposed to know that
and
difference?
change. Well, you did something that looked good, but you should do it that way now.
Okay, thank you.
But it is a common tendency that your first thing you do. So like an American deadlift is definitely a lot more, has some knee bend in it. But until you learn how to hinge and to sit back in your glutes and to get kind of that stretch on the backside, I think the Romanian deadlift is the one to perfect first. Because you truly learn how to sit back, you get the hinge back. Now, never lock out your knees. If you lock out your knees with a lot of load, there's a high chance that you could pass out.
Or die.
I don't think it would probably go quite that far. But I actually did see a video. It was stitched together from Squat University. And apparently it was like unlocking some people's fear with like squatting because we talked about the Olympic deadlifters and how they learn how to brace with their breath. It's called the Valsalva maneuver. Oh. And you learn how to breathe and brace with kind of inside abdominal pressure to help stabilize your spine. And there was this guy that he was lifting a lot of weight. I mean, he had multiple plates on each side.
Was it the guy that broke his neck?
No, but that is gross too. No, he actually like burst capillaries in his skull. And so he started having blood.
Yeah, you're doing too much.
When you get to that down point, his forehead.
What point are you trying to prove?
Oh my goodness. So Dr. Horsig from Horsig, I think it's Horsig, I don't know, however you say his last name, but he was stitched together the video through his channel, Squat University. And he's like, have you ever had a fear of this happening? I was like, I actually never did, but now I might. He was just explaining how you have all these little capillaries that kind of run between your skull and how like that Valsalva maneuver, especially, which again, you are an expert lifter doing insane amounts of load and having to brace that. So sorry. Sorry about that. Just lifting a lot of weights. Is that better?
Yeah. Okay. Load is a trigger word. Sorry.
You're lifting a lot of weight. And he just had that pressure then that he built up from making sure his spine was stabilized. And it just started like,
that's just
running.
wild.
And I was like, what? I didn't even know that could be a thing. I'm sure not very common, but yikes.
So I also had this thing because I haven't talked about this in a while, but for my workouts, I went back once I switched to Apple, I went back to using Fitbod.
Yeah.
Which we talked about in previous seasons.
Yeah.
So it's just, this kind of builds my workouts for me. And I just keep it. I just have it on like a pretty consistent setting. So it's really not a new workout every time.
Right.
It's what I'm comfortable with. It seems to be working fine.
Set it and forget it.
But my bicep curls, I noticed because on Fitbod, they have like how-to videos.
Yeah.
They have a little. And so my bicep curls, they were doing like, let me stand up and show you. You would go down your bicep curl.
Yeah.
And straighten it out. So like it's at your
turn.
Side.
Yeah.
You turn at the end when you're down by your hip.
Yeah.
And then turn it again and come back up.
Yeah.
So I asked, I don't know if our listeners remember, if you haven't been here a while, we had Nick Hokerts on twice now.
Yeah.
And so I went to him and I asked him like, what
he is a wealth of like random body.
We need to get him back on.
Muscle knowledge.
He's resistant, but we'll get him back on because we like him.
He knows a lot.
He knows a lot. But so I was like, should I just be going down and keeping, to where my fist is out, or do I come down? Yeah. Put it to my side, turn again and come back up.
Right.
And he basically told me the same shit you have told me for years.
It depends.
Depends on what your goals are, because it just works a different muscle.
Yep. You get that extra little twist.
It's harder to go down, turn
because you're
to your
getting
side.
that forearm twist then too. And for me, I dislocated my right elbow. So for me to do bicep curls and stop there, and I'm hyperextending, it puts a lot of pressure in my elbow that doesn't feel good. So that actually, I do like to do more like drag curls.
But I also do, because I don't always do just straight up bicep curls. I also do like another time I'll do hammer curls, which I feel like is that forearm. So I don't really feel like
Which way did you do your hammer curl?
This way.
Is that how their video is?
Well, unless you do a cross hammer curl.
Those are separate?
Yeah.
To them?
Yeah, the hammer curl is straight up to the same shoulder.
Interesting.
And then a cross hammer curl is to the opposite, shoulder.
But it's like this way. Like you're swooping in front of your body.
No.
Yeah.
They show it like just kind of going. It doesn't come up. The cross hammer curl doesn't come up very often. And
Yeah.
if it does, I generally will
I didn't realize that was actually like there was something.
It is a like straight to the opposite shoulder.
Interesting.
Sorry, I know there's a lot of visual things going on here, and this is a podcast. Sorry about that.
It's okay. We're just over here working it all out.
Just love us.
Interesting. Okay.
So, that's just it. All those little tiny tweaks that you can do actually make it a whole different.
Well, and then there's some people too that like at the top of a bicep curl, even like rotate it a little bit more to get a little bit more wider twist on that top. Cause you can see how much more it like activates when you do that extra little twist. So if you're at the top and you're just going straight up versus top and then twisting in, it changes it.
Well, when I was doing those Carolyn Gervin workouts, she would have you do reverse.
Oh yeah, those hurt too.
Curls.
Yeah,
those were no fucking joke.
And so it's funny because everyone feels like, or they're selling you on complexity. There's so many tiny little variations. Like you don't have to be complex, and you can do the same workout. I like 4 to 6 weeks, honestly, because by the time you get in the groove, by the time you get comfortable with the movements, and then you actually like can have some benchmarks to see that you're progressing. When you're changing it up too much, you don't get to hit any of that. And so, I mean, I think 4 to 6 weeks, because really even if you're doing that workout 2 to 3 times a week, are you going to get great at something you only do 12 times?
Right.
Not really.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's it doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to change a whole lot. Just even those little, like, I feel like doing that today, or, hey, my elbows kind of bother me a little bit more today. Like I'm going to switch to hammer curl instead of bicep curl.
Right. Well, that's what I like about, I know we've already talked about it in length, but that's what I like about FitBod is that it
changes.
It changes, but it also has the ability to, you can set the, I think it's called, well, I don't even know what it's called, but there's a setting where you can be like more balanced, where I think it will kind of change things
like your
up.
preferences.
And so when I go in to do my workout, the workout that pulls up is not usually the workout that I do. I change it to more consistent. So it's basically the same workout I did 2 days ago.
Right.
And then you can, because then I have it set to hypertrophy, and then you can measure your progress.
Right.
How did I do this time versus last time, or 3 weeks ago, or whatever.
Right. Which is honestly, that's the goal. I mean, if you want your body to change, you want to get stronger,
do the same shit.
You can do the same stuff, but you need to be like either doing more reps, doing more total load, go heavier weight, changing your range of motion, adding a pause, something that's making it like building it and progressing it is important. So do we have, our plant is alive. All of a sudden it's moving? Like, because you're touching your microphone, I think maybe, or
no, it's not even touching it.
Oh, is it the air? We have air blowing on it, but it totally freaked Caleigh out.
Sorry. I'm easily distracted.
Really?
Anyway, time to wrap this up.
I think so.
I think this was a good one.
Note, yeah. It's, it kind of felt like it had been a while since we really talked about workouts in detail with regards to how it can maybe be helpful. So I thought that was a good time.
I appreciate all of your professional
I'm sure you do.
Insight. I do.
Look, I just helped you on your hip hinge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to head over to our Instagram at Nacho Fitness Coach and let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening. And if you like our podcast, leave us a rating. See you next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.